Hiram here with another episode of In-Game Analysis, where I help you build your in-game IQ. We're going to look at a real crazy final seconds here, regardless of whatever team you're rooting for, or if you weren't rooting for anybody like I wasn't. I just want to see a good basketball game. Here's what happened. Let's take a look here. UConn, which is this blue team, is down by 3 points. They have a free throw, and there's 10 seconds left. They got 2 free throws right now, so let's watch this. Misses the first one, so best case, boom. Now they're only down by 2. Watch the clock here. There's 10 seconds left. So this is all a straight defensive scenario by the blue team, by UConn, because they need to steal the ball within these 10 seconds, either make a 2-pointer to tie the game, or a 3-pointer to go up by 1. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna let the video play out, and then I'll break it down.
Got to cut and run through the ball, and who better than this guy?
Get it into Boozer, back for Sarr, ahead, Boozer, that ball deflected and stolen by Mullins. Caravan, 2 seconds, Mullins tosses it up. Ah! It's good! We're point 3!
And in this game, the white team, Duke, was up by as much as 19 points, which is kind of just crazy. So here's what we're going to analyze real quick. There's 4 things that I want you to take away from this game. I always say it's always best to learn from other people's mistakes. So that way you can, if you're going to make your own mistake, obviously that's life, that's basketball, but learning from other people's mistakes, that way you can do it better on your end. So let's take a look at a few things that happened here. And the first thing I want to talk about is the inbound passer. The one that throws in the pass, especially when there's a press, is the one that needs to run inside the court, not just stand there. Notice how he just stood under the hoop. Notice how he just stood pretty much under the hoop. This is a dangerous area to just be standing, because that pass right there, if it's stolen, guess what? The opponent is right underneath their own basket. This is what I would have preferred to have seen. I would have preferred to have seen the ball goes in here to this player here. The inbound passer, instead of just standing right here, actually goes to the free throw line around here. That way this pass would have been passed down this way, upwards towards where they're supposed to be heading, towards down court, not right back to him. So let's look at this again. You notice how the ball went in here and then went right back to him, and he's essentially underneath the hoop. He didn't get the ball stolen, but had he ran a little bit more, that ball could have been passed over here. So that's number one. Number one mistake I found in here is that if you are passing the ball in, whether it's an under the basket play, whether it's an out of bounds play, the most important player is the one passing in the ball, because the defense probably isn't even paying attention to you. So make sure that whenever you're in this scenario where they're pressing the ball, you put yourself into play. You pass the ball, and you go make yourself available for the pass to be passed right, for the ball to be passed right back to you, because that's how you break the press, by passing. So let's see how it continues to play out.
270, Duke, 10 seconds to go.
Got to cut and run through the ball, and who better than this guy?
Get it into Boozer, back for Sarr.
Now take a look at what happened here. Let's see if I can put this into slow motion. This is pretty much, you really can't go any slower, or maybe you can. This is pretty much basketball basics. Don't dribble the ball. Okay, we're going slow here. He passed the ball back. He did the right thing. He found the open man. Look, without even looking behind him, he's already dribbling the ball. Meaning, he's already dribbling the ball into the defenders. What I would have preferred to have seen is for him to do a pivot foot. At that point, you look what's behind you, then you react. So here's what he could have done. Had he grabbed the ball and with the pivot foot just turned around, he wouldn't have committed because he dribbled the ball as he was looking behind him. And look what happened. 2 defenders right there waiting for him. There's not much room there. There's not much room for him to do anything. But had he grabbed the ball and pivoted, and not committed to dribbling the ball, he could have easily just dribbled this way or dribble with the left hand this way. But look at what ended up happening here. He had nowhere to go. He literally had nowhere to go. You see how he already had his body turned as he's dribbling the ball? He doesn't know what's going on. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at this. You got to have situational court awareness. His back is turned. Look, his back is completely turned towards the two defenders that are coming to him. You got to pivot foot, look behind you, and then dribble to the left, dribble to the right. And then all you had to dribble it out or pass it, all you had was 7 seconds left. So there goes my second point. Always know, if you're in a full court press, always pivot foot, depending on the scenario, of course, but unless you know somebody's not behind you, but pivot foot, see what's going on, and then make a decision. Another thing, you gotta fake a pass here, man. You just can't toss it up. You gotta fake a pass. You gotta fake up and then pass it down, or you gotta fake this way and then go that way. You gotta fake a pass. My goodness, this hurts because I can imagine the amount of just adrenaline and all that craziness going through their body to make this type of mistake. You gotta fake the pass, man. Let them go up in the air and then pass it. Also, another thing, what in the world is this player doing all the way over here? They did not need to score. They just needed to get the ball past half court, and that's it. They only had 10 seconds. They did not need to score. Why is this defender not over here? Seeing what happened. The ball went in here. It was passed back. It was passed here. It was passed back here. Why is this player not closer to half court to help out? He wouldn't have been forced to make such a crazy pass. All right, so now the ball gets stolen, and now we go from just trying to run out 10 seconds to now you're playing defense with the game on the line. You're still up by 2, though. I like the control this one had, this player here. I like the control that he didn't just shoot it up. He didn't just try to force a basket, but he passed. My gosh, what in the world is this player doing? Not a single hand up, not anything. There's almost like zero defense here on him.
Stolen by Mullins. Caravan, 2 seconds.
No hands up, nothing, absolutely nothing. This is just crazy. Why is nobody put their hands up here? Why? Why is he not putting his hands up? Why? To try to block it. Why? Why? This is why I talk about court awareness, situational awareness when you're on the court. Oh my gosh, this is just crazy. This is where you gotta learn to just read the game in real time. So we're gonna watch this play here in slow motion. I wanna break it down here.
Stolen by Mullins.
He sees white jersey here sees 2 defenders here, so he knows he's not gonna shoot. Why doesn't he just go get in front of him to avoid the pass going to him? And when it does go to him, he just stands there. It's insane. This whole play is literally about just situational awareness on the court.
First cut and run through the ball, and who better than this guy?
Get it into Boozer, back for Sar, ahead, Boozer, that ball deflected.
Like I said, I wasn't rooting for anybody. I just wanted to see a good basketball game. And man, that's just awesome. This is an awesome play to see. Again, the inbound passes should have gone up a little bit more. When he passed it, he should have pivoted and made dribble to the left, dribble to the right, or at the very minimum, just fake pass. You gotta have situational awareness when you're on the court, man, at all times, especially when the game's on the line. You gotta have that awareness. Also, just so you are aware, they had a timeout left to call. So at the very minimum, if they're here, let me see. If he got stuck right here, Even right here, he didn't even have to pass. He didn't have to pass. He could have just called a timeout, and they would have still had 6.7 seconds left. So, guys, learn from these things here. The inbound passer, whether it's a regular out-of-bounds play, under the basket play, or this type of scenario, he's the most important person. Throw the ball in, get into the play, get into the game. Pivot. Learn to use your pivot foot, especially if you're bringing the ball down court. That way you can see what is going on, what's behind me, what's when I dribble the ball, what's going to be behind me. Fake pass, man. This is literally just a basic 7, 8-year-old type of fundamentals. Fake pass. Pretend you're going to pass this way and pass the other way. The defender, man, you got to put your hands up. All shots have to be contested. You don't have to jump, but at least putting your hands up, man. And also just being aware. These players knew, or they should have known, that there was a timeout left, and they could have called a timeout, and they would have probably been able to finish the game off still winning. So that's my analysis for today. Have a great day.